Hello, ladies, and I guess gentlemen, if there are any dudes watching this, I don't know. Welcome back to my channel. It has been like 3 weeks, I think, since I have filmed and updated a video, so just forewarning that this is probably going to be all over the place. I'm going to try really hard not to make it super long. So I think that this is going to be my weeks 27, 28, and 29 update. I'm honestly not even really sure what my last update was in terms of like the weeks, but honestly at this point I don't really care. So I'm pretty much just going to launch into the good, the bad, and the ugly. I guess not the ugly, whatever. So just overall, like how I'm feeling, what new things have happened, yada yada. So today I am 30 weeks and 1 day, which is crazy. I can remember being at the very beginning of my pregnancy and thinking that the 30-week mark was like some mythical like time period that I would never get to. It feels really good to have made it this far and still feeling pretty okay. I will say the last few weeks, I get run down real easily. I am typically one, like if I have tasks that I need to do, like shopping or cleaning or whatever, I like to just barrel through, get stuff done, and just get it done without taking breaks. And I notice that I can't really do that anymore. I will film a whole different video on how my baby shower back in Illinois went a couple weeks ago, to include, like, I guess you want to call it the baby shower haul, all of the wonderful things that everyone gifted us with. That will be a separate video. However, when I was back in Illinois for the shower, you know, we were fairly busy most of the time, like doing the shower and meeting up with people and friends and catching up and all of that. And ooh-wee, I felt every bit of it. My body hurt so bad. I felt like somebody had like put me in a potato sack and beat me like within an inch of my life. That was very graphic. I don't know why I chose that analogy. That was kind of awful. Whatever. Needless to say, I was super sore. My back was killing me. My hips were killing me. My thighs were killing me. Like everything just really hurt. So I've been continuing to see the physical therapist down here, which has really helped. I really look forward to that weekly butt massage that she gives me. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good. But yeah, even just like, excuse me, being up and around the house, or, you know, over the weekend, we went to Target and picked up some stuff for, you know, baby getting ready. And we were there for like probably an hour. And again, I was just like so tired, and we came home and our car seat and stroller had come, so we put that together. It was just kind of like Saturday was a busy day, and Saturday evening, all evening, I was having like a ton of Braxton Hicks. So like I lay down, I drink a ton of water, and I feel like for a good solid hour they're coming every like 2 to 3 minutes. Like, I mean, not painful. I knew that they were Braxton Hicks, but they were coming pretty frequently. And technically I probably should have called my doctor based on the information that they've given me on when I should, but they did eventually slow down and go away, so what can I say? But yeah, my body lets me know when I'm doing too much, which is frustrating. I have a really hard time letting people help me, even Chris. Like, there's lots of times that I'm kind of like stuck in a position that I'm struggling to get out of. And I will say I have let him help me out, like get me up a couple of times, but you know, I very much have the mentality of I don't need no help, which I think that, I mean, I know that I'm gonna have to let that go, because I'm gonna need all the help I can get, I think. So that is something for me to work on. I'm a work in progress every day. What else? Either my allergies or the pregnancy rhinitis or both, it's probably both, have come back, and sorry, I feel like I constantly have like cottage cheese all up in my sinuses, which is really gross. It's not coming out here, but it's coming out in the back, and super annoying. I still burp all the time. I still burp and or get the hiccups all the time. I don't know if that will ever really end, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I know it's definitely like a diaphragm thing, and I know that it definitely doesn't help that I have a hiatal hernia. So, luckily though, I can say with, taking my reflux medication regularly, I haven't really had any reflux or heartburn this entire pregnancy, which is amazing. So, but aside from those, like few little things, like feeling like any pregnant woman does at 30 weeks, it's nothing like wildly out of the ordinary, Overall, I would still say I still feel pretty good. So a couple weeks ago, I did my 1 hour glucose tolerance test. Failed it miserably, which I've kind of anticipated that this entire pregnancy. So then I had to, like the day before I flew back to Illinois for my shower, I had to do the 3 hour test, which was not super awesome. The 1 hour test, I drank like the little 50 grams of sugar, like orange drink, and it was delicious. I think I talked about that in my last video. So for the 3 hour, I had to drink the 100 grams of sugar drink, and it was not cool. And just having to sit around the lab for 3 hours in the waiting room that was literally like full to the brim, filled with like mouth breathers, and there was just lots of smells, like stale cigarettes and old booze and feet, and it was not great. I was kind of nauseous, but whatever, got it done. The day I got back from my shower, I received the phone call that I also failed that miserably, so I officially have gestational diabetes. So, on that train, I have been, honestly, I feel like since my last OB visit, I really have cleaned up my diet. I've been tracking my carbs and all of my food and all of that, kind of in mental preparation for this diagnosis. And I've lost like 6 or 7 pounds since my previous appointment, which granted, a lot of that was water weight from our baby moon, whatever. But I'm maintaining my weight, so at least there's that. That makes me feel good. So I started testing my blood sugars 4 times a day. So fasting in the morning and then 1 hour after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I started testing those about 9 or 10 days ago, and I just saw the perinatologist for that yesterday, actually. And all of my post-meal time blood sugars are bang on. They're perfect. My fasting blood sugars are always high, and not like super high. They want them to be less than 90, and I will average anywhere between like 92 to 100. Now, I will say this morning it was 106, which is frustrating. It's so frustrating because I know that like what I'm eating is fine. I've actually had to increase the amount that I'm eating. So left to my own devices, I'm a very like 3 meal a day person. I'm not a snacker. I just don't really care to snack. And mostly because like the things that I would want to snack on I can't have anyway, so what's the point? But having gestational diabetes, it is really important to like have snacks, like 3 snacks a day. I feel like I'm eating all the time. And I struggle, but you know, I'm trying real hard. So, before my appointment with my perinatalogist yesterday, the 2 days prior to that, I was curious, and so was my OB, if maybe I was having like a rebound effect in the middle of the night, because generally I eat dinner at about 5:30 p.m. I'm asleep by like 9:30 with no snacks in there. And then, you know, getting up and eating breakfast probably around 7:30. So that's, you know, we're looking at like a 14-hour fast time. And she was wondering if maybe that was just too long. And I was having like a rebound effect where in the middle of the night my blood sugar was tanking and then rebounding and coming back up, and I was catching it on the rebound. So 2 nights prior to my appointment yesterday, I had a midnight snack when I got up to go to the bathroom, which I'm not gonna lie, it was freaking terrible. Like, the last thing I want to do at midnight is eat food when I'm half asleep. So like the first night I ate half of a Quest bar, and if you've never had a Quest bar, don't, because they're terrible. It was so gross. I seriously had to choke this thing down. And then, as I anticipated, I was up for about a good hour and a half. Because who can eat something and fall right back asleep? I can't. So then the next night, I had a cheese stick at midnight, which was a little bit easier than a Quest bar, but it was all to no avail. It made absolutely no difference for my blood sugar in the morning, which I started taking at 6 a.m. So saw the perinatalogist. She is thrilled with my post-meal, you know, blood sugars. You know, I'm doing great with my carb intake to not really change anything. However, not so jazzed about the fasting, which she said, you know, unfortunately, if your fasting blood sugars are a little bit high, there's really not a whole lot that I can do in terms of my diet that's going to change that. And also, unfortunately, when your fasting blood sugars are high, that's usually more indicative of women that are going to struggle with like having really large babies. There's just kind of like a whole lot of other like comorbidities that go along with having gestational diabetes. So, I am going to be starting on insulin. Going to be an insulin dependent gestational diabetic. So that's exciting. Nah, it's not. It's just a little bit of long acting insulin NPH that I'll take at nighttime. Of course, I'm waiting for my insurance to approve it. And after this morning's blood sugar being 106, I'm like, I kind of need them to like get on that as soon as possible. That would be great. I think I'll actually have to call CVS today and talk to them about it, which is like pulling teeth, whatever. So, because I will be starting on insulin, they also will not want me to go past 38 weeks pregnant. So that's a slight change in plan. It's just a change in plan, right? Which is 8 weeks. 8 weeks away. Likely I will probably not have gone into labor by that point, so they would want to do an induction. It doesn't really change my birth plan, which I know you guys don't know yet because I haven't even written it, and as soon as I do, I'll let you know what it is. But, you know, I would like to go for an all-natural vaginal delivery if at all possible. And with this being my first baby, you know, inductions can take a long time, which I'm totally prepared for. And I honestly, I appreciate that my OB actually told me. She was like, you know, with first-time moms and having to be induced around 38 weeks, it can take up to 5 days, which I already know from being an OB nurse, but I feel like doctors never actually tell their patients that. Like, they kind of give them the impression, oh yeah, you're gonna come in, we'll start some medication, you'll have your baby. When really it's like, yeah, it could take 5 days. So I appreciated her realness about that. But she also said, you know, that they prefer to do like slow and steady, which I also appreciate. You know, unfortunately, the reality though is sometimes these really long inductions can really stress out the baby. So I'm not really like super focused on that. I mean, I am. It's definitely on my mind, but there's really not a whole lot I can do about it. So what I can do is, like, again, make sure my body is ready, keep seeing my physical therapist to make sure all my pelvis and my muscles and ligaments and all of that are nice and loose for baby to get in a good position, which baby is head down, which I suspected that they were. But that was confirmed yesterday via ultrasound. It was also confirmed that baby has a lot of hair, which is really, really exciting. It has like a little mullet already. So, I won't have a bald-headed baby, I guess. I still think it's a girl. We shall see. But yeah, so just like keeping my body ready, doing all of my exercises. Obviously, y'all know I have a doula. So, potentially 8 weeks from now, which is kind of freaking me out a little bit, but you know, at the end of the day, I want what's best for baby, which, you know, one of the biggest concerns with babies of moms that have gestational diabetes are that they can get really, really big. And baby is measuring like right on track. It's in the 58th percentile as of yesterday and weighed 3 pounds, 8 ounces. So, that's reassuring. I'm just hoping that we can get my fasting blood sugars under control and just kind of like cruise these next 8 weeks. So I'm going to stop this here because we're already at 17 minutes. I will show you a bump shot. Also, the outfit that I'm wearing, just be prepared. You're pretty much going to see me in this like all the time. This is my pregnancy uniform at this point because I don't want to wear anything else. So just know that. I hope everyone is doing well. It's Friday. We are going to go to a children's and babies like clothing item consignment this afternoon, so I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know when my next update will be. Probably when I actually have something to say. Next week or two, we'll say. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good weekend. And if you're not following me on Instagram, it's the same. The Lucky Ones TTC, whatever. It's listed in my About section. If you're not, feel free to jump over and follow me. I post weekly bump shots there and other little, you know, ramblings of my mind. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. See you later. Bye.